Alright, so last week we have learned about the straight line graph, right? So the most important thing about a straight line graph is its gradient and the y-intercept. So how do we find gradient? Gradient basically have a formula of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so let us try an example of how to find a gradient on this question 1. Alright, so of course every time when we want to find a gradient, we always locate the 2 points, any 2 points that you are interested in. So let's just say for this, I try to locate this point and this particular point. So when I locate the 2 points, next I will identify what is point 1, what is point 2. Okay, so choosing point 1, point 2 is also on your own choice. You can randomly do it. You can just choose this as point 1 and choose this as point number 2. Or you can choose this as point number 2 and choose this blue color coordinate as point number 1. Alright, so this is your choice. So I will choose this as point number 1 and choose this as point number 2. Next, I will write down the coordinate. Right, remember the coordinate is a bracket and a comma. So the left hand side will be your x coordinate, right? So x coordinate will be your -4 and y coordinate will be -3. And the the point number 2 will be 0, 3. Next, I will write down the x1, x2, x1, y1, sorry. x1, this is y1, right? Because I say that this is point number 1. Then, I will write down this as x2, y2. Okay, then next I'm ready to submit in. So, y2 will be 3, y1 will be -3. x2 will be 0, x1 will be -4. Okay, then after that I just manipulate 3 minus -3, then divide by 0 minus -4. So the top, this is what we call numerator. This will be 3 minus -3 will be 6. 0 minus -4 will be 4. Alright, so of course my gradient will be 1.5 or 1.5. Alright, so this is how we find the gradient by using the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so last week remember Human, you asked a question, hey, which point should I choose? So just remember, any 2 points you're interested in. Okay, you can also choose this point, no problem. This one is really random because whatever point that you choose, you will get the same answer. Okay, next will be the C, right? The C is what we call the Y-intercept. So Y-intercept is where, because you look at this word, Y-intercept, means that I intersect the y-axis. And if you see the graph right here, you will notice that this graph intersects the y-axis at 3. So for this, we simply just put your y-intercept as 3. Okay, or you can put you can put 3. Just 3 will be sufficient. Okay, so this is when you are given a graphical picture. What if you are not given any graphical picture? Okay, so let us move on to this page number. Okay, page number 10, where we are not given any graphical picture and we need to determine the gradient and y-intercept. So how do I do this? Alright, so very simple. we look at this part A, question 10a. If we compare this equation with our general form, y equal to mx plus c, we will notice that our m corresponds to negative 2. Okay, so the gradient will always be with the x. So I can determine that the gradient itself, it will be negative 2, and the y-intercept will be positive 8. So this is how we find the gradient and y-intercept given the equation. Okay, so of course, if you look at question 11, we will see that we got an equation of 2y equal to 5x plus 6. This is a bit weird because our general form is y equal to mx plus c. But we are given 2y equal to 5x plus 6. So how do we do this? Actually, this is still very simple. We just have to manipulate our left hand side to y. So if we are given 2y equal to 5x, right, plus 6, we simply just have to make the left hand side and left hand side to y. So from 2y to y, we simply just divide by 2. Okay, then of course when I divide by 2 on the left hand side, the right hand side must also divide by 2. So left hand side will be just y equal to, right hand side will be 5x divided by 2 will be 5 over 2, right? About 2.5 x, plus 6 divided by 2 will be 3. So now we get the general form of y equal to mx plus c, and my m gradient, right, will be 2.5. And my c will be 3. My y-intercept, right? Okay, so this is basically the summary that this is basically what we learned last week.